really impressive as an interview process. He was definitely number 3 to me in the wide receivers. We talked about that leading up to the draft. But his interview, to me, was as genuine as you get. And that's Rome Odunze, who, when they had talked about him in the scouting room there, they said, alpha, high energy guy, can take over a room, smart, tough, dependable, everything you want. That's what they said. And that's exactly what I got from that meeting they had with him. Rome Odunze asked what his best trait is, and he says it's the versatility. He can move anywhere you want on the field, which I think is going to come in handy, being that he went to Chicago and he's going to play behind 2 veteran, receivers that are very well, thought of in this league. He's going to be the number 3 receiver. He's going to have to move around, barring
with the rookie quarterback.
So he is asked why they should draft him. He says his energy, and I'm paraphrasing what he said. I kind of wish, as we're talking about here, I wrote down the exact words he used, because his energy wasn't. I don't think energy is the right way. I think it's passion. Like, you could tell this
Devotion.
guy wanted to be the guy who sets the tone for the locker room. That's the vibe I got out of him. Like, he wants to be that guy, and I actually think, as much as I don't like the fact that he's a 3rd receiver on this team for his rookie season with Chicago, I think pairing him with Caleb Williams, who we just talked about before, I think he's got a little prima donna in him at that point there, personality-wise. I think he's got some traits I don't like necessarily personality-wise. Rome Odunze could end up being the leader of that team. And if he does, it's a very good thing for Chicago. Like, a very good thing for Chicago. Like I said, I thought it was extremely genuine, his response. I think it was, a very good meeting he had. Daboll even called him an impressive young man.
Yeah.
Daboll does not give kind words very often. That is not his style, unless it's kind words to a plate of chicken wings.
You look so beautiful.
Is that hot sauce, or are you just happy to see me? But yeah,
that's bossy.
The man just lost a ton of weight this past year too. We're like calling him fat, basically.
He called himself fat. We'll get into that later.
It's okay, yeah. But yeah, like I said, I really thought it was kind of a big thing there. He was the only one of the big 3 receivers also that actually worked out at the combine. Shane had mentioned he really wanted to focus on Odunze at the combine because of that. And I remember him really impressing during the combine as well. Like, that was one of the big notes and takeaway from it, is how good he looked. Obviously, when you don't have the big names to compare him against, he's going to look good, but still. He still beat out guys like, aforementioned Brian Thomas, we talked about from LSU. Xavier Worthy, we know all about him, obviously, what he did at the combine. We'll talk about him a little later too. But again, I thought it was an impressive meeting, and he generally seemed like a pretty impressive guy. Both the first 2 receivers, him and Harrison, both did.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.